If you're a true American patriot, you believe in putting your hand over your heart during the national anthem, not behind your back like a lot of these athletes do. If you're a true American, you also believe in legal immigration, not illegal immigration. And if you're an American patriot, you also believe in buying American-made products. And this includes cryptocurrency. So that's what I'm going to talk about today, because American-made cryptos are going to benefit from some of the things that Trump has talked about with 0% capital gains tax and other benefits, as he said he wants to make the US the crypto capital of the world. And so I'm going to talk about 10 coins, the 10 top coins that are American made that I think can do really well in 2025 with all these benefits and the focus and removal of restrictions that are coming to the US. So hit that like button if you are an American patriot, and even if you're outside, I know I have some viewers here in the UK and Australia. If you support America, hit that like button. And you can also follow me over on Twitter at 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗁𝗍𝗁 with 2 eyes, where I post my thoughts and cryptos that I'm buying and selling. So feel free to join me over there if you want to see that. And I also want to mention here that my $100 giveaway is still in process here. It's been going on for a while, and I'll update you on that later on too, and also give you a quick update on the Silencio airdrop. So let's get started here. And one thing that I wanted to share first here is this crazy thing here from the UK. So some of you people I know watching in the UK, but they basically said that they're not going to recognize the name change from the US Gulf of Mexico to a Gulf of America, which is super petty here. As you can see in this tweet, the UK has been a massive beneficiary of US foreign aid since 1946. The US has given a total of $70 billion in aid to the UK, making it one of the top 5 countries to receive the most aid from the UK. And so this is really just petty, in my opinion. Just a piece of news there. And then, but we also have bullish news, lots of bullish news here, with the big announcement, of course, with the announcement of the US stockpiling of crypto. And a lot of people were confused about this because we've been waiting for news of, a strategic Bitcoin reserve. And so people reacted to this negatively at first, but this is actually very bullish because it opens up the US to buy any cryptos, not just Bitcoin, right? And gives people the flexibility to do what they want. And I would imagine if you're gonna put a portfolio together, and I'm sure they have professionals there that know how to put things together, just like some of these mutual funds and things like that, right? I would imagine that a lot of that would, probably the biggest position in that portfolio is going to be Bitcoin. That's just what I think. And so I think this is essentially just like an announcement of the strategic Bitcoin reserve, And it doesn't mean that we're not going to get a strategic Bitcoin reserve announcement either, where we get a more clear picture of how much Bitcoin the U.S. government is going to buy. So surprisingly, the sentiment was negative after that announcement, and Bitcoin went down, and there's still just kind of a lot of negative talk out there. But as we can see here from Cool Times, he said that according to Saudi Arabia and Qatar, our wealth funds are looking to add their own Bitcoin reserves as well. So according to BlackRock, these discussions could push BTC price to 700K with a 14 trillion market cap. This could be bigger than US reserve announcement. So, it's not just the US, other countries, again, following in. And another thing here is that Trump announced that he will demand that interest rates drop immediately. And so that's going to be another bullish thing that frees up a lot of capital for people to invest in higher risk, like the stock market and crypto markets. And then we have this post from 𝗥𝗲𝗹𝗁𝗍𝗁 here that I'll show you along with Bitcoin, of course, altcoins. Reasons to be optimistic about altcoins. So Trump and crypto, Trump's reappearance in the crypto conversation with Trump coin signals growing mainstream interest. Political wild alignment could be a wild card for adoption. We have MicroStrategy, of course, which is a big consistent buyer of Bitcoin. We have the Fed's position, which they have room to ease monetary policy. And as I just mentioned, that announcement from Trump, he's going to pressure them into lowering the rates as well. Inflation sweet spot at 3 to 5% inflation. BTC thrives as a hedge. And the strong dollar index has kept crypto on pause. But from the charts, we're seeing that the dollar is at a point where it could probably weaken here, which will remove a lot of the weight holding the market down. And the Fed can't maintain high rates indefinitely. It's too costly for the government. Lower rates are bullish for everything, especially risk assets. Deficit Rebalancing Act. If rates stay too high, the government is paying out over $1 trillion in interest. And then we have stimulus in the East. China and other major economies are stimulating their markets. Credit cycle reset. Credit card hasn't begun to turn. When it does, expect capital to flow freely and retail's return. The same retail investors who sat out 2022, 23 are coming back. Meme coins, low caps, and new narratives are reigniting their interest. And despite Bitcoin being over 100,000, retail interest right now is back to a very low point here. And so we haven't really seen a swarm of retail come back here either. And then just take a minute here to mention about the Silencio airdrop. This was pretty disappointing. I was in the top 10% and like level 8 out of 10 on the top level there. And my airdrop is only like $40. So this is a lower cap. So it could potentially do, a 10 or 20x here, which would turn that $30 into 300 or, a few $100s, which is better. But still, I was expecting $300 to $400 or more with this airdrop, but you never can tell with airdrops. I do still like the app and what they're doing there. So it's not really enough money for me to worry about taking out. So I just put it and staked it. And staking gives you raffle tickets to where you could potentially win more coins. And so I just did that, and we'll see how that plays out. And you can still earn from the app, and earn raffle tickets. So that's something I'll probably continue to do, and then just see how that raffle goes. So it's an ongoing thing where you can earn. And while this airdrop was pretty disappointing, it's not the end. And hopefully, these raffle tickets and things like that are able to get rewarded with more SLC tokens. But let's get into these top 10 American-made coins here. And with number 1 is XRP. This is sitting at around $180 billion market cap and just over $3. And this is basically an institutional layer blockchain for people to transact value back and forth. And it's very fast and very cheap, with a lot of banks actually starting to adopt the technology. Japan, they're going to be fully integrating XRP within this year. And recently it's had a huge, of course, upturn in the price, going from about 50 cents to over $3. And so I do think this is a good one to have as an American-based coin. One downside of this coin is that it's very centralized, so it's not really, a lot of Bitcoin people don't really like XRP because it's centralized, and also their CEO, Brad Garlinghouse, actually donated to Kamala's campaign, millions of dollars to Kamala's campaign. And Trump mentioned something about that he wasn't really there for Trump. And so we haven't seen Trump or Liberty buy any XRP. They could possibly patch up that rift there, and then that would make XRP more appealing for something like the strategic reserve in the USA. But we'll have to see how that plays out. The next one here is Solana, and this one really needs no introduction. I started talking about this on this channel, Solana, at about $130. Now we're pretty much doubled here around that $260 area. And as we saw with the Trump coin, which released on Solana, just massive liquidity flew into the Solana blockchain, and the Solana price went up along with the Trump coin, and it's staying pretty high up there at $200, $250 level. And this is essentially the retail blockchain. Trump onboarded thousands of new people into crypto with his Trump coin, and this was all done on the Solana network. And I think that conservatively, Solana could still do a 3x from here. But if we get a mega bull run like a lot of people are expecting, then I do think a 4x or more over $1,000, 4 or 5x is still in the cards there for Solana. And I would say the same thing about XRP, conservatively maybe a 3x and 4 or 5x or more if we get that mega bull run. The next one is Chainlink, and this is one of my favorite coins. This is basically the backbone of the blockchain and Web3. And so anything smart contracts, transactions, real world assets, Link is basically the backbone for all this stuff. And so they're in a lot of different areas. And we recently saw World Liberty-Fi add this to their portfolio, Link, and it's had some really good price action lately. This is also much smaller than XRP and Solana, so it does have more potential, I think, than those two to go up. If we get that mega bull run, I think this could do anywhere from a 5 to 10x. The next one here is Cardano, and this is actually bigger than Link, so should have switched those, but $35 billion market cap, about twice as big as Link. And Cardano is kind of the chain that everybody loves to hate. And a lot of people say it's a ghost chain. They don't have transactions or anything like that. But it is, at the end of the day, it is solid technology. And they do have transactions on there, maybe not, nearly as much as Solana, but it is quality technology. So I do think this has 5 to 10x potential as well. And then we have Sui coin, and if I were to pick one out of these first 5 that I've mentioned, I would pick Sui. This is probably my favorite one on this whole list. But Sui coin is basically the next Solana. It has faster transaction times, speed, and lower costs. I started talking about this on my channel at around $1.60, so almost a 3x, and it did go over $5 and approach the $5.50 mark. Now back down here to $4.24, but it's a $12 billion market cap. So if we get, again, that mega bull run, I think this is an easy 10x. The next one is AVAX. If you're bullish on gaming, you have to be bullish on AVAX because there's a lot of games built on their blockchain, including one of the most popular games around, not just crypto games, but any game, is this Off the Grid game. This is a little bit bigger market cap than Sui at 15 billion. But if I had to choose one of these, I would choose Sui, but I think AVAX does have big potential because it is considered that gaming chain. And so again, 5 to 10x I think is doable here if Bitcoin, heads up towards that $200,000 mark. The next one here is the official Trump coin, and this one went on a tear. It only came out a week ago, did almost a 200x, went clear up to $70, and then it crashed back down, and now sitting around the $30 range. This is about a $6 billion market cap, and this is basically now a blue chip meme coin, just like Doge or Shiba. And so I do think this has potential as Bitcoin goes up, and this is one that World Liberty-Fi holds, Trump's company. And so I do think this has potential to go up to the $100 mark and potentially past that and get up to closer to that $200 mark. And before I get to my next coin here, it's time for a giveaway update. Just leave in the comment which coin I'm talking about today that you like best, and that'll enter you into this $100 giveaway. From previous videos, I've had about 30 or so comments from people. So once this gets to 100 comments overall, then I'll raffle off that, and somebody who comments will win $100. And the number 8 coin here is Ondo Finance. And this is in the real world asset category. And as we saw in 2024, real world assets were the third best performing category right after AI and meme coins. So I do think this is going to have a prominent role again in 2025 here, and probably be around that third spot again. And Ondo is one of the biggest RWA plays out there, and it's backed by BlackRock. So that's another positive thing there. This is sitting at around over a $4 billion market cap right now. So I think this does have potential, 10x potential here. The number 9 coin is Pengu, and this is the 𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗁𝗏 token that came out about a month ago, sitting around around $1.5 billion market cap. And 𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗁𝗏 has basically become the flagship NFT, and a lot of that has to do with their leadership and 𝗥𝗲𝗹 their CEO, and what he's done to make 𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗁𝗏 a mainstream thing. And of course, the US probably isn't going to add meme coins like this to their reserve, right? But it does still get those benefits of having potentially zero taxes, being a US-based company. And they're also releasing their abstract chain here in, I believe, within a couple weeks here, which is a Ethereum layer 2 solution. And 𝗥𝗲𝗹 has said that he wants to make this the top Ethereum layer 2. And I believe he can do that because of what we've seen already with 𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗁𝗏 and this Pengu token. And so when abstract chain comes out, I could see that being a really good play too, and something to invest in. And finally, the 10th coin here is Lingo. This is another RWA project, and they also have connections with Ondo Finance. And so it's basically a beta play on Ondo with a much lower market cap, only a $50 million market cap. So if we're looking at potential here with everything that they have going on with real world assets, I think this could is an easy 10x, and potentially more up into that 20 and possibly 50x area too. And then for all you degens out there, I wanted to mention another one here too. This is a higher risk play, but AI agents were the top performing class of crypto in 2024. I think that'll be the case again. And so I want to give you one USA-based AI agent play, and this is Tank. Here, sitting at a $20 million market cap. And this is basically an infrastructure for AI agents that can take over your computer and do things for you using a browser. So it's pretty crazy and technology, and they recently partnered with 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗀, which is another leading AI agent platform. And so I think this has huge potential, but it is risky. But if we look at the potential of this in a bull market, if they're able to deliver on what they're building and get a lot of momentum there, then this is going to be, around a 20x, 50x play, and possibly more than that. So this is a high risk, high reward play that I wanted to give you too. So that's it, guys. US coins are going to have those advantages as far as taxes, and more likely for the US to invest in them. So this is a good area to look at. Make sure you do your own research. None of this is financial advice. And thanks for watching. Leave a like if you like this content. We'll see you next time, and God bless America.